Não é fácil falar dele, não. Aos 10 anos, Rinpoche foi para o Tibete, onde estudou e meditou no monastério de Domo Geshe Rinpoche, perto de Pagre, até a ocupação chinesa pelo Tibete. Mais alto. Ok. Vocês me desculpem, é porque há também uma falha aqui minha, eu estou um pouco rouco. Então vamos lá. Aos 10 anos, Rinpoche foi para o Tibete, onde estudou e meditou no monastério de Domo Geshe Rinpoche, perto de Pagre, até a ocupação chinesa pelo Tibete em 59, que o forçou a abandonar o Tibete para o Butão. Rinpoche, em seguida, foi para o campo de refugiados tibetano em Bucha do Ar, Bengala Ocidental, na Índia, onde encontrou o lama Thupten Geshe, que se tornou seu professor mais próximo. Em 65, os lamas conheceram sua primeira aluna ocidental, Zina Rakfisk. Em 67, viajaram com ela para o Nepal, onde começaram a ensinar a outros ocidentais. Ao longo dos anos seguintes, eles construíram um monastério de Copan e de Laudo. Em 71, Lama Zopa deu o seu primeiro famoso curso anual de retiro de Lanrim, que continua até os dias de hoje em Copan. Em 75, com um crescente número de alunos e também crescentes pedidos desses para abertura de centro em seus países, os lamas, então, decidiram criar a FPMT, a Fundação para a Preservação da Tradição Mahayana. Lama Yeshe atuou como diretor espiritual da organização até o seu falecimento em 84, altura em que Rinpoche assumiu. E desde então, sob a sua inigualável orientação, a FPMT continua a florescer. A Fundação dedica-se a preservar e difundir o budismo mahayana em todo o mundo, criando oportunidades para ouvir, refletir, meditar, praticar e realizar os ensinamentos inequívocos de Buda, e, com base nessa experiência, espalhar o Dharma aos seres sencientes. Os 154 centros em 37 países são instituições independentes e afiliadas à FPMT. Para termos uma ideia da FPMT, nós vamos mostrar um vídeo de curta duração. Alguns talvez já tenham visto esse vídeo anteriormente, mas para aqueles que chegaram posteriormente, a gente vai repeti-lo. Okay?
"2,500 years ago, a man in India revolutionized the way we think of spirituality. Enlightenment, he said, is a perfect, satisfied state of mind we can all achieve, right here, right now. His name was the Buddha, which means awakened one. The Buddha's message spread all over Asia and took roots strongly in the Himalayan region of Tibet. For over 1,000 years, Buddhism flourished in the land of snows. However, everything changed in the 1950s. The communist Chinese invaded Tibet, forcing the Dalai Lama and 150,000 Tibetans to become permanent refugees over the next 50 years. Yet, what was a tragic escape for thousands of Tibetan spiritual masters became a profound source of wisdom for those of us in the West.
World peace will not come from sky or from earth, or world peace cannot be produced by machine, but through inner peace.
Buddhism has gone from obscurity to wide acceptance, with interest from Hollywood celebrities, politicians, professionals, athletes, artists, and to former Jews and Christians. Why is it so popular?
I think Tibetan Buddhism helps me to understand that being compassionate to others and understanding, the true nature of things helps me to interpret life and to deal with life in a way which is most effective, in a way which is most compassionate to others. And I think this compassion is truly what gives me the strength and the happiness and the drive to do what I do in life.
There were many groups that brought Tibetan Buddhism to the West. One group in particular was founded by Lama Yeshe and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, who have been instrumental in transmitting the practicality of Buddhism into Western lives. Some of their first students included soul-searching hippies and rebels, but everyone was welcome at Kopan Monastery, their base in Kathmandu, Nepal. From Kopan, the largest worldwide network of more than 136 Buddhist centers was born, the foundation for the preservation of the Mahayana tradition.
I came here to Kopan to take a 1-month course thinking that it would be good for me to learn meditation. And I also was so surprised to find such a deep understanding of the nature of life, the nature of suffering, and what we can actually do to overcome suffering. That was something I never even thought existed in this world.
We do have power, human beings. We do have power to change our lifestyle, to change our attitude, to change our habit.
Lama Yeshe really captured my heart. It was as though I got to go beyond myself for a moment and experience this incredible happiness. And then Lama would say, yeah, that's it. That's what you're going for. And that kind of love is what you can have for everybody.
The FPMT has helped to transform lives with the guidance of many authentic teachers like the Dalai Lama, Lama Yeshe, and Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and through meditation and social activities. The message is simple: world peace through inner peace, and inner peace through helping others.
With the loving kindness, you benefit others. We see not only stop giving harm, you benefit others. Everybody needs loving kindness. From loving kindness, then you can achieve freedom. There's only one of us over Rinpoche. Everything is compassion over Rinpoche, we're benefiting others. To see a person in flesh and blood, manifesting loving compassion like all the Buddhas in the past have done so, and that's rare.
The pioneers of bringing the Dharma to the West, and I really do feel from our Lama's efforts we'll really have something solid with Buddha Dharma in the West that will have the numbers to be able to have much more of an impact, I hope, on world peace and inner peace.
The Buddha's revolution of compassion and wisdom lives on.
Bom, eu gostaria nesse momento de agradecer os voluntários. E sem a ajuda desse pessoal todo, esse trabalho não seria realizado e não daria certo como está dando. A vocês, meu muito obrigado. Tenho certeza que muitos méritos foram gerados por esse trabalho. Lamas, senhores e senhoras, peço gentilmente que se levantem para receber agora que Abdi Lama Zopa Rinpoche.
So, first I would like to thank from bottom of my heart to all my brothers, sisters, father, mother, everyone. Okay? Thank you so much for coming here to meet us, each other, and to share, to open mind, to open to benefit each other. To open our heart, to open our mind. Okay? Yeah. So I chant our kind compassionate omniscient ones, praise to that mantra. Lama tomba chumdende dejin shabandra chumbayang dabar zawe sanje panjawa shaja duvala chadaro daya tao omo muni muni ma muni aso Lama tomba chumdende dejin shabandra chumbayang dabar zawe sanje Panjawa shaja tuvala cha zalu Dayata umu muni muni maha muni so Lama tumba chumdende dejin shabam dajam Nayam daba zabe sanje panjawa shaja tuvala cha zalu Daya ta omu muni muni ma muni so. So, the first thing to mention, well, just my own some contribution. Some idea. To benefit Brazil, particular Brazilian country people. So I heard when I came to the airport or here, I heard the people are very afraid. People in prison are very afraid, very concerned, the country. So, what we can do to help the country, the people. So, and those students and those who are not students, however, to help the country, to recite the Buddha's teaching, this Bodhisattva Siddhikava's one volume. It is not yet translated into Portugal or in the language of Spanish. It is in it isn't. I know it is in Chinese, but I'm not sure in English. It isn't. Yes, of course. Complete text. More than 100 volumes of Buddha's teachings that's taught by Buddha in Tibet was translated from Sanskrit in ancient time by those great holy beings, great translators, great holy beings. Those learned, not only learned by great holy beings who actualize path and so that. Bodhisattva Siddhikava's volume 1, there's one volume to read that. Could be read also in Tibetan, because I don't know that in English. I haven't seen. There were Chinese, there's a volume in Chinese, but I didn't see any mantra. But the Tibetan has a Bodhisattva Siddhikava's mantra, the long mantra it has, but I didn't see in Chinese, so I don't know whether that is complete or not. But it can be read in Tibetan, dedicated for Brazilian. It can be read by Sanghas, dedicated for Brazilian people, country to peace, happiness, for peace, happiness, to not get into, to save her from problems, general. That and the Golden Light Sutra, that is in Portugal, is already translated in by Venerable Sangha Mayor. She translated in the Portugal language. And Golden Light Sutra is very good to help the country, to bring peace and happiness in the country, and also material wealth and things. These are something, and also Arya Sangata Sutra. There is another one. So this, because shortage or no merits, good karma, cause of happiness, success, do not have good karma, merits. So the result of happiness, success is not happening. And you see, so without that, then what is that? That's non-virtue, just non-virtue. So of course the result is the only problem. The problems, sufferings, like that. So this, even somebody, for example, you have a degree, you have education of the work, but you could not find job for so long. So difficult to find job. Oh, then I'm just using an example. Like this, then reading these sutras, this Ayasanga Sutra, what is, now I've forgotten, but you collect merit, good karma, merit. Wow, amazing, beyond our concept, beyond our understanding, kind of unbelievable merit. So just by reading, wow, that's due to great compassion of the omniscient one, Shakyamuni Buddha. So, because to compassion to us, sentient beings, living beings. So that, sorry, quality unbelievable merit could come. Wow. So that, then things changes in your life. Things changes. Then you solve the difficulties. So able to find job, and so can happen miracle things. So which we do not expect, or some, yeah. So anyway, then success comes. The surah, amazing surah. It's unbelievable. So that so Arya Sangha Sutra, mostly Golden Light Sutra. So these are. So if you read this sutra, for the benefit of the whole world, for peace and happiness, drinkers, pacify the problem, war, all sorts of them. Then particularly Brazil, to pacify problems and to develop peace and happiness, success. So it's unbelievable. And then, of course, those who know, those who started Buddha Dharma, then of course there are 6 realms. The most suffering being, the hell beings, the non-good gods, animal beings, human beings, sura beings, asura beings, intermediate beings. There are 6 realms. There are numberless sentient beings in the 6th realm. Wow. So to free them from oceans of samsara suffering, and to bring to the highest happiness. There are many different levels of happiness. So highest happiness, the happiness there. Total cessation of not only gross but subtle obscuration, and because that completion of all the realizations, nothing more to achieve. So complete the state of omniscience. Then that's the highest happiness. So by reading the Golden Light Sutra, it directs your life always toward that, peerless happiness. Always, life to life, you go only up towards that, doesn't go down. Never get reborn as unfortunate beings, the helpings, hunger ghosts, pretas, hungry ghosts, and the animals. So never get reborn. Those receive those unfortunate births, so that suffering being so like that. So the person so unbelievable who can read this, who has karma, who has a great fortune to able to read this. So the person's extremely unbelievable, so fortunate, unbelievable fortunate. So life, it directs life towards the end, towards Sangye, Tibetan language, Sangye. Sang is a total elimination of the obscuration, and Je, completion of realization. So it directs your life, always goes up. So unbelievable. So like life become more than gold, more than diamond, the precious, more than diamond, more than we have in the text as Vishikran jewel. By praying to that, you get all the things what you need in this life. By praying to that, whatever comfort or whatever enjoyment you need in this life, you get everything in that moment due to your unbelievable good karma. So that happens. So which can jewel. So more than that, even more than that, your life becomes so precious. So so great benefit. Benefited, it explains great benefit to the world. Benefit of 6 realms, sentient beings, numberless nature realm, then this world, then Brazil, incredible happiness, peace, and pacified problems, and it talks. The text, it talks that story, benefits, so you can understand from that. Details are amazing. So, just I want to mention a story. So that was done in Mongolia. Example, the Ulaanbaatar is the first city in Mongolia. Then second city is called Darkhan. It's called Darkhan, second city. So we do have a meditation center in the Ulaanbaatar, so many years ago established. Then Darkhan also we established a center there. There's also Western Sangha giving teachings that. So what happened there? It's through the Golden Light Sutra, and just to give you an example. And that so through the Venerable Sarah, the English non Sangha, Venerable Sarah. It is amazing. The whole city changed in Darkhand. So by reading the Golden Light Sutra, I printed many books and gave the people to read. And so from the center, name of the center also Golden Light Sutra. Name of the center is that. I gave name of the center, that name of the text. So weather became, she says, then weather became rain at the right time, winter warmer, summer cooler, people wealthy. This kind of essence. People become more wealthy. Many people want to live there now. So before people are going away, people are trying to go away from that. So kind of looking poor. But many people want. Then after reading Golden Sutra from the center, many people were given the book, and then they want to live there. More and more people want to come back to live there. Change. Because of much better condition than Ulaanbaatar. Before, everybody poor, drunk, lots of fighting and stealing. Nobody wants to live there. Now maybe 1/3 of all the family have the sutra. I think all my students, her student, she was there for for a long time. So they start to recite Golden Eye Sutra. So the people are desperate to have a copy. So they are so they are like that. That's just a recent story effect by reading Golden Light Sutra, how it changed, how it affected the environment, how it affected the country. Very better. So before the people start to leave, but now come back. They want to live there. So then other pujas, maybe I don't have any qualification, no realization, no qualification, nothing. I'm just same as the ant. I'm just same as the ant crawling around up and down trees or floor. The worms, maggots, or same. Just no achievement. But you see, by my reliance to the omniscient one, so then what come out is what benefit to the country is what come out other than that is there's a Tukchuma named puja. This is meditation, actually very profound tantric meditation, Mahayana tantric meditation, highest tantric practice. Kriya Tantra, Jaya Tantra, Anuttara Yoga Tantra, Mahanuttara Yoga Tantra. So this is a practice of Mahanuttara Yoga Tantra. There's dealing with the channels, wind drops, other channels. So 65 channels at the level. So the completion part, practice of completion part, highest Tantra. So this is very, very powerful. It came out 10,000. Then the Lama Tsongkhapa, the Guru Yoga, somehow there's many Guru Yogas, but there's something come out benefit to the Brazil country to improve or something. then very powerful effective is that Medicine Buddha Puja, most extensive one, composed by 50 Dalai Lama. Very so powerful. That's really, if you read that, wow. You know, the Medicine Buddha's compassion of the kind benefit is unbelievable. So, extensive one. We have in English, done by some professor, university student. So quite a number of years ago. So that can be translated in Portugal. Sometimes that can be done as a group, and very powerful to help the country. And then there's a fire burning puja, peaceful, pacifying fire burning puja, to pacify the obstacles or the negative karma or things like that. Then also came out wrathful puja. Anyway, so these are, of course, something to try. But something which you can do is that yourself can help. Can help. You yourself can help the country, whole world. I mean, because possible 6 million, but the world, this world, then particularly Brazil, what you can help from your side, what you can do. These are books which are translated in Portugal, or we can read to help your country. Yeah, to help our country. That's very good. If you can do that, I from the heart, from bottom of my heart, I thank if you can read. Then, by the way, yourself completely taken care of. By the way, even you didn't think of yourself, you think of others, but by the way, yourself completely taken care of. Larger life, no need to worry. Complete taken care of. So larger life going towards full enlightenment or the because Sangye, total elimination of the obscuration, completion of all the realization. So yourselves completely taken care of. We don't have to worry about after this life. You always have like sun shining, greater and greater happiness, like sun shining, or your life in the future. Wow. Greater and greater. You don't have to worry about yourself. All like that, natural thing. So much good karma, cause of success of cause of success, the cause of happiness, or up to full enlightenment, full enlightenment. Wow, you create so much. So naturally, your life is natural thing. So that, of course, that's my just. That's my idea, contribution. What we can do? Basically like this. The most important education. That is what? That's good heart. Good heart. Most important education. That brings you every day, night, every hour, every minute, every day, every week, every month, every year, your whole life. Always keeps in happiness. Even greater and greater happiness. There's nothing to regret, nothing to feel down. Black, yourself, nothing. Always really, whatever you're doing, or wherever you are in city, or Himalaya mountain, or Mount Everest, or I'm just saying something very far. Whether you are countryside, city, wherever you are, so happy, keeps your mind really always happy, but even more happier. So then all your wishes get fulfilled. All your wishes just become actualized like this. Happens. When you live your life with a good heart. Abandon to not abandon harming others. And benefiting, on top of that, benefiting others. Wow, that. Whatever you can, whatever capacity you have, that. So that's the most important education. That brings happiness. That brings happiness. Brings happiness in the family. With your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your parents, with your family. Brings happiness to your home. Because neighborhood, even people around your home, their neighborhood, all them. Brings so much happiness. You don't harm. You bring, you benefit. You serve. So much happiness you bring in the country, your country. In this world. This whole world. You see, historically happened many times. You see, somebody who has one person, somebody who has service mind, and somebody has selfish mind, no good heart. No education, no education of good heart. You don't have good heart. So, you see, killed millions of people in the world. They happen time to time. By one person who has power, but no education and good heart, there's selfish mind. No good heart. Besides selfish mind with anger. So that. So one person can harm the whole world. can do that. So as it is happening time to time, killed many millions of people, human beings. Very, very precious, who has a very precious human body. They can do so many good things, help numberless living beings. So much impossible. Then see, is born as ants or worms can do. See, but human body can communicate, can talk, can communicate. Can learn, develop. Can develop compassion, can develop wisdom. So that's why I say they don't have, because they don't have human bodies. So what a human body can do, because a human body, so they can do that. So killed millions and millions of people. It happened time to time. So similar. So like in kitchen, the San Francisco, San Francisco, where different from the other pop, where black dress and with a lot of hole in a patch. And I saw his dress in the between, I think, Spain and Italy, the one monastery, look like Tibetan monastery. The mountains and outside looks like that. So inside that monastery, where the monks couldn't go outside before, for many years, couldn't. They're not allowed to go. Very strict, can't go outside at all. Now they're allowed to go. Liberty outside. They gathered at the meeting, or the popes. So they're meeting, and now the monks can go out to liberty. That change. So anyway, I saw his robe, his dress, his long dress. I saw that with many patches. Like I purposely choose that rather than wearing very expensive new dress. He wear simple. The great holy being. Great holy being we call Bodhisattva. Definitely, no doubt. Like the ancient Gautama Geshe, the Lama Adisha's followers, the Lama Adisha, when Buddhism in Tibet was degenerated, so the Lama Adisha from Nalanda, and Nalanda is like Harvard University, like Oxford University, like that, the monastery, 300 pandits, great holy beings. So Lama Desha was invited from there in Tibet to revive the Buddhism. So Lama Desha's follower, Gautama Geshe, exactly same the San Francisco. Sometimes I'm not sure of the name. San Francisco. Yeah, so I hope I didn't mention the name. City in California. Not mixed up. So great holding. Wow, that's good with the supper. So and his disciples wear the same thing, symbol, and recite, of course, those God, Then I heard the upstairs, upstairs the priest, those who wear the, much rich cloth. So they spit on him. They spit on him. When he goes with all this God, very humble, and then the priest from upstairs, they spit on him, and that I heard. So near in Italy, near our center, meditation center, the main one, Italy, Lama Tsongkhapa Center is called. So there are many branches from there in Italy, meditation centers and study groups and. So near Lama Tsongkhapa Institute, it's called Sicily. It's called Sicily. Maybe 2 hours from that, I'm not sure. So I went there with my master Lama Ishi to see. So there was a place where his holy body was covered, where he passed away. So Lama sat on the ground, he did meditation in front of that. Then next to him, there was his disciple nun. She had 300 disciple nun. His main disciple nun, I don't know the story, but she had 300 nuns. So her body was there laying down in the box, kept on the glass, and kept well. I'm sure must have been, more than 100 years. I'm sure. I kept it well in the glass. You can in the box, and the covered by glass, so you can see. So what happened was there were his disciples there. There were his disciples there. There was water coming from the mountain. It's on the hill, but water coming from the mountain. So the disciples there could not manage it. They were in the cave. They complained to San Francisco, when he came there. So we can't meditate, the noise of the water. So then Francis, he went to the water. He calls everything. He calls sister and this and he calls that. So he called the sister, the water. Please stop. My disciples can't meditate. So the water immediately stopped. So we have many stories like this, who are bodhisattvas. When they are crossing the river, the water, no matter how big it is, it stops. It stops. Then they can go. Then after that, after they crossed, the water joins. It's a common story in the Bodhisattva's lives. Jabatime Kundin, many Bodhisattvas have that kind of story. So that proves that he is Bodhisattva, he has Bodhicitta, realization, the ultimate good heart. So he liked to be criticized by others. He liked to be criticized by others, like those Kadamba Geshes in Tibet. Lama Adishas for disabled Kadamba Geshes, disabled Kadamba Geshes. Oh, exactly same. Those meditators, like to be criticized by others, don't like to be praised by others. San Francis, he didn't like to be praised by others. So he asked one day, he asked his disciple to criticize him. So the disciple could not find anything to criticize him, only praise. So this is what his attitude is. So if our mind can develop, change, ultimate good heart, like St. Francis, like the Kadamba Geshes, like that. Wow, what a happiness you have. Wow, wow, wow. Other people criticize, you enjoy. Wow. It helps you to develop the path, a spiritual path to enlightenment. Oh, it helps you. So what? You enjoy. Wow. All like that. So, because instead of getting angry in the negative emotion, you destroy yourself. This is what we do. So anyway, that's enough. So like Guru Shakyamuni, the Buddha's past life, Buddha's Sabbath time, like that. Because brought peace, happiness, truth. Wow. So sentient beings. Wow, 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 wow. Then the his own Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama, brought peace, happiness to many millions of people in the world. So every year, the world, experts, those in Western education, science, or whatever, so or the highly educated Western people that they respect to his own compassion, the uncomparable wisdom and compassion, his qualities to the offering peace, happiness to the living beings, the numberless living beings. Then, such as all the Gandhiji, Indian the Gandhiji, also the many others, so that who positive way they brought peace, happiness, so many millions and millions and millions of people. So good. So therefore, we have a responsibility. So if we do not develop good heart, only selfish mind, only anger, attachment, ignorance, or only that, then you see, then not only harmful you, and harmful to the family, harmful to the society, to your country, harmful to the world. Then it's life to life talking, then even other sentient beings, as I mentioned, 6 realm sentient beings, all like that. Like that. So if you have power, then you see, but only negative emotional selfish attitude, no good heart. You can harm 100,000, million, or so many people in this world. Without counting animals, just human beings, millions of millions you can harm. You can become like that. Like those people historically happened. So therefore, if you develop compassion, you can bring happiness to numberless, to this world, to numberless sentient beings, even the 6 realms of sentient beings. You can bring happiness. Happiness, there are many different level of happiness. Happiness, this life, happiness for all the future lives, happiness, ultimate happiness, liberation from samsara, then full enlightenment. So, happiness after that. During the path, even during the path, there are many different levels of happiness. So, that you can cause to others, other living beings. To each all this different level of happiness, there is peerless happiness, full enlightenment. What you can do? If you develop compassion, or if you develop compassion, then the wisdom naturally, you put effort in that wisdom to develop wisdom, then it comes. So. It happens. So to help, especially to help others to develop wisdom, it happens if you have compassion, if you develop compassion. So what you can do, what you can help to others, amazing. So now that all that happiness after enlightenment for others, and even yourself to achieve. It's all in your hand. It's all in your hand. What you do or not, it's all in your hand. It's all up to your mind, how to think your mind. Every day, every hour, every minute. How? It's all up to, in your hand. Why? Because it's up to your mind, even every minute. It's up to your mind. How you think? You think a positive way or you think a negative way? So every minute you think a positive way, then you can bring not only up to full enlightenment for you, but all numberless sentiments. You can bring so much happiness. There's different level of happiness to numberless sentiments. Numberless human beings, numberless sura, animals, helping hunger, to numberless sentiments. Amazing. So, then not only this world, not only Brazil. So, what I want to say is, we have responsibility. Every one of us here, we have responsibility of all sentient beings' happiness. As they receive from your compassion, responsibility. You have the responsibility. It's in your hand. It's up to your mind. How you think? So then, if you think only negative way, not good heart, then no compassion, only self-chasing thought, only thinking day and night, only nothing else. Concerned, only me, I. Only me, I, day and night. That is, of course, not only from this morning, not only from the birth. Why we're born with that concept? Why we're born at birth time in mother's womb? Why we're born with that concept? Because we're born with that concept. So the mind has a continuation of the mind. Mind has a continuation. First mind, which conceived mother's womb, had its own continuation of the past, which was in intermediate stage, the mind. So it is cause. What first mind, first consciousness took, mind took body and mind took place on the fertilizer, and the mother's womb. And so that is the cause, which is the mind. The principal cause was the mind, which was a mind of intermediate stage, and then the body is so that. So that so the then the parents in the mother's womb there's a fertilized egg. With the sperm meeting together, so that after consciousness, your body and mind took place on that. Then, where the mind took place, that became your body. So that the physical body, all of that. So that means in the past life. Is your mind wasn't free from that wrong concept. Not free from the wrong concept, but like before this. So goes on. Then there's no beginning. That wrong concept, no beginning. So it started. From beginningless rebirth, from beginningless rebirth, samsara rebirth. So like that. So please let me tell this. But you see, I wanna can be happy, wanna can be happy, wanna can be happy. It's like Tibetan people recite Omane Peme Hum. It's like Tibetan people, even the beggars, recite Omane Peme Hum while they're begging food, or it's like that. One can be in the West, you say, one can be happy, one can be happy, one can be happy. Day and night, like recite mantra, So, but you see now, but I. The most important thing. The most important thing that you worry all the time. Even you go out, same. What you worry is I. When you come back in the home, same. Daytime, same. Nighttime, same. What I can be happy. So, but the interesting thing is you see, in the head, there's no eye. In the brain, there's no eye. In the head, there's no eye. In your mouth, there's no eye. In your ear, there's no eye. In your nose, there's no eye. In your nose, there's no eye. In your brain, there's no eye. They real eye. They are so worried all the time. You see, they are numberless enlightened. They are numberless enlightened beings. You see, omniscient one. They are numberless. They are numberless obscure suffering beings. Numberless human beings. Numberless sura, asura, those world gods. Then numberless hell beings, hungry gods, animal beings, those unbelievable suffering beings. They're numberless. No, numberless sentient being whose mind is obscured, suffering. They're numberless. So in the village, in the city, you see, just one mountain, on one hill, so many nests of ants. So one nest, there are thousand ants. There are so many nests of ants on one hill. So a number of people, they're lost. It's like that. You compare. When we walk on the grass, there's so many tiny flies, so many tiny flies jump. When you walk in the grass, so many tiny flies, so many jump. Wow. So the number of human beings very little. If you compare number of the insects, there's even one type of insects. Number of human beings, nothing. So that. When you don't compare, just look at the human being, looks a lot. But you compare to the animals, number of human beings, nothing. So anyway, what do you say? So now here, I cherish the most. Then numberless enlightened beings, the omniscient ones, then obscure suffering sentiment, they're numberless. All you see, you don't think, you don't care. What you care is only one living being. That is you. No one else, only you. You see? You do everything. You do kind of kindergarten, going to primary school, college, university. Then is everyday action of body, speech, mind, and eating food, going to sleep. All the business, all the drawing business, and developing business. There's so many things you do for this eye. You do for this eye. But this eye that is so worried, not in the brain, not in the first, make clear, not in the brain, not in your nose, not in your mouth, not in your neck. There's no eye here. There's no in the heart, not this heart, but heart here, bumping. No. There's no in the arms. There's no eye. There's no your eye in the thumb. There's no your eye in thumbs. In the arm, there's no your eye. The heart, the bumping, there's no your eye there. So, the chest, you check in the chest. Chest, inside chest, you check, there's no eye. You operate. In the hospital, cut, operate, you can't find eye. Can't find eye. There's no eye. No eye in the chest. From where anger arises? Not anger arises from there, not anger arises from here, brain, no. Anger arises from here. Why? Why? That's my question. Oh, that's your thinking. Compassion, you see, person, animal, somebody suffering, compassion arises from here, not from brain. From the hands, no. Compassion from here. Why? That's keep that question. Why? Ask why? Oh, keep that question to study in your life. So anyway, I don't find. Very interesting. Very interesting. Can't find. So can't find in stomach, feel the caca, pee-pee, or can't find eye there. Can't find in the feet. So it's like that. This real I that we worry so much all the time. Oh, this is going to suffer, this is going to get sick, this is going to get what, this is going to die, this is going to die. All that, always worried. The real I, not that. You check, no, can't find that. So we have 5 aggregates: form, feeling, cognition, compound aggregates, consciousness. We have 5 aggregates. So the the aggregates of form, the body, is not the I, the real I. That's not the I. Feeling is not the I. Cognition, discriminating this table, this mark, this, depending on the shape, function, what they do, then this carpet, this, mind which that is not the I. And compounding compounding the phenomena, the aggregates. There are 51 mental factors, 6 principal consciousness. The body mind, the mind has 6 principal consciousness, just them 2. Then this 51 mental factors. So you take it out from that feeling or cognition. You take it out, the 49 mental factors left. So that is what's called compounding aggregate, DG, 통보. Compounding is the second the mental factor then produces compounds the result. It's a result. Next second we test. So in subtle way, next second the result the mental factor. So compounding. Mental factor. So then the last one, the consciousness. So none of that I. Even altogether is not I. Altogether is not I. Because altogether we have 5. Altogether is the basis to be. Why it is not I? Because it's the basis to be labeled. It's a basis, valid basis to be labeled. What is it to be labeled? The I. The 5 aggregates is the basis to be labeled. What is the label? It's the I. What is the label of the I? And also, not two separate, but two different phenomena. So also my aggregates. So you see, my aggregates, so my body, my mind. So possessor and possession. Body, mind, possession. And I, possessor. So two different existly, not separately, but differently. So it's like the house possession. Then you, the possessor. So not two, those two are not one. Two separate. Of course, those two are separate. Of course. So like house, the possession. You own the house, you are the possessor. So here, I is the possessor. And so my body, my mind, my aggregate. So that possession, two different. So, and that. So therefore, the real I, what I'm talking here, the real I that we always concerned, can't find from tip of the hairs down to the toes, you can't find. Real I, they're always worried of working so hard day and night. For this real I. Worried about being sick or die or whatever, then it's going to happen to the I. So to get happiness. So you do everything for that. So even, if you own others, even if you have power, even you own a population like 100,000 millions, you use for this I. You understand what I mean? You use everybody for this eye, but this eye, this real eye you can't find. Not there. Not there. From the tip of the hairs down the toes, nowhere you can find the real eye. And it exists nowhere. Now, not in your room. You can't find from tip of the head down toes, and you can't find nowhere in this world, in your country, in your house. Nowhere you can find the real eye. Oh, that's one huge discovery. Sorry, I make noise too long. That is one very important basis of Buddhism, teaching Buddha. Very important basis. Can't find nowhere. Because I can't find anywhere. Neither on this aggregate, nor anywhere. Okay. I didn't plan to speak this way, but it just happened. I haven't started what I want to say. Just beginning, but anyway, so that's the reality. So I think I finished this way. So please listen, those who are new subject, and then all the ones who also to realize that so you see now you see in the world, wow, so many millions of people, so many 100,000 people get killed, torture, defeat each other, suffer, cause so much suffering. So much, cause so much suffering. Wow. So there's one person, there's a believing real I there in the body, somewhere in the chest. There. But you see, but the minute when you look for, where is it? Where is it? Can't find. But people normally don't do that. Look for, check. They don't normally. So bully, just 100% is there. Believe and do everything for that. instead of working for sentient being, helping sentient being, to not harm sentient being, benefit sentient being. We need happiness, we need your help. Then only the I, go for only I, but this real I is not there. You see? So these people, by believing the real I there, in the chest, somewhere, by believing, then, to get happiness for this I, to not receive loss, to get profit for this I, happiness. Then you kill others, you cheat others. Wow, in the world. In the world, people, wow. This in Tibetan accent, Lama Chen. It's a wow. Suffering to others, cause suffering. Believing that the real idea in the chest, somewhere in the chest. Not in the feet, not in the toes, not in your nose, I said already many times. When you wash your nose, spit. When you clean your nose, it doesn't go inside the napkin, your eye. When you draw caca, you go in the toilet. And so what to say? So you see, from the real I, they were real concerned. Always we think of real I. Do everything for that. So, reality is not there. So I gave some reasons before. Okay, now to finish, the aggregates. Is the mind looking at the aggregates, focusing on the aggregates, that mind merely label I. Because this is you're not labeling I on the table. You're not labeling I this. You're not labeling I this. You're not labeling I the shoes. You're not labeling I shoes, your shoes. Not labeling I this, my mala, I. No, that's invalid base. Invalid base. So you can call it $1 billion, $1 billion, this one. $1 billion. $1 billion. But you go in the shop or bank, I want to invest. I want to invest bank this $1 billion. So they think you're crazy. So not valid best. So these are 5 aggregates at the moment what we have is the valid best, which receives the name structure, and it is labeled I. So that's I, the English, So mind focusing there, the make up the label, not a label, but merely impute I. Okay? Merely impute I. So the next second, it should appear, I should appear back to you merely labeled by the mind. Because that's what happened in the first second. That mind focusing on the I guess, base, world base, which is world base. So, merely input I. So next second, when it appears to you, it should appear merely labeled by the mind. Exactly as what happened as first time. So that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen because your mind at the moment is hallucinated. So, therefore, when the I appears back, it doesn't appear merely imputed by the mind. So, who can see that, who can realize that the I is merely labeled by the mind, who realize is that those who have realized that the I exists but do not exist from its own side. I exist but do not exist from its own side. I exist but is not the real I. Real I means truly existent, existing from inside, existing by nature. In the ordinary language, real I. So, I exist mere name. Not the real, I'm not from real. Now this is the I which exists. They're merely labeled by the mind. Oh, that exists. But that exists, wherever existing is a mere name. Exists in mere name. Exists in mere name, merely imputed by the mind. Because there's a world base, I guess, so also like this world base, so what name it can receive is a valid, So I, that is merely imputed by the mind, it exists. It exists in mere name. It exists mere name. So what is I is the I what exists is extremely subtle. I make noise like a jogger, so that it can stay longer in your mind, So it exists, but what is that? Unbelievable, most unbelievable, subtle. So subtle. So like that, all the phenomena is like this. Reality is like this. All the phenomena, past, present, future, everything, what has an action, object, samsara, the hell, enlightenment, samsara, nirvana, happiness, problem, all the phenomena exist. What exists is what exists mere name. So everything same, exactly same. So so subtle, unbelievable. Oh, that's the reality. The way things appear to us, form, sound, smell, taste, sensible object, including I, everything appears something real. That's not the reality. That is hallucination, not reality. That's not reality at all. That's hallucination. So that's like musician person transformed with the material or mantra, then hallucinated the audience, the eyes, senses. Then kind of show the palace of diamond, gold, or the elephant or something. They show many beautiful men, women, so all kinds of show with the mantra, with the some materials. He hallucinates, illusion people as senses, audience. Like that. So this is reality. This is like that. This is just one so important basis of Buddha's teaching. What is the hallucination? What is the reality? What is the truth? What is the truth? And what is the hallucination? False. There's false I, there's the I which exists. There's a false I, the real I. With everything. So, we believe, like we believe the real I as a real true. We believe everything which appears real from there, we believe everything true. A reality or this total hallucination, or reality, what exists, something totally different. Totally different. So only exists mere name. It's like do not exist. It's like, but it's not do not exist, but it's like that. Like that. I is like, for us, it's like do not. The I which exists is for us is like do not exist. Like that. It's not non-existent, not nihilism, but it's like that. So subtle, understand? So then by believing this real true, what appear to us, then we believe next, not only appearing real I, but we believe that we entrust 100% that true. Then from there, the ignorance rises. From there, the attachment rises, anger rises. If somebody does something that you don't like, get angry. Then somebody did what you like, and they get attached. So then from then start. I'm not going to detail enough time. So create whole samsara. Create our mind wrong concept. Not knowing what is I. This false concept. The wrong concept that's realized true. Then that creates hell, hunger gods, animal, all that we experience. We experience numberless times already from beginningless rebirth. Then we don't realize emptiness, shunyata, tongbani, this life, and develop that. We didn't get done. We actualize the true suffering, true cause of suffering, true cessation of suffering, true path. So we don't actualize the true path of this life. Then that wisdom, ultimate wisdom, directly perceiving emptiness. Then I can be, there's one time, almost one time, we have human body to practice Dharma, only a chance. All that this time didn't get done, the miss, then you reincarnate, those other beings who don't have chance to practice Dharma, or lower realms, so much suffering, don't know what to practice. Then, possible to endless suffering again. That's some sort of suffering, endlessly you suffer. So they were unbelievable, important. Unbelievable important. This life, to not waste this precious image, but to develop compassion, as I said before, to all the sentient beings, and wisdom, ultimate wisdom, wisdom Dharma, then especially the ultimate wisdom realize the emptiness of them. So anyway, so that's so important to be ourselves to be able to help others, ourselves to be free from samsara first. To learn Dharma. But the Buddha said like this. Buddha said, please understand this. Buddha said, Gelong bhikshus, learned ones, examine well my teaching before practicing. Examine well first. Examine well my teachings, like checking the gold was pure or not, by cutting, burning, rubbing. Then practice, not with blind faith. So important to learn, but to learn, always to learn, meditate, to actualize. The best discovering is that. Here I want to say something. So you see, everybody wants success, happiness. Okay. So everyone wants success, happiness, including spiritual success, like achieving enlightenment for sentient being, anything, or even this life success, future life success. First of all, to not receive harm from others. Best way to protect your life, yourself. Protect from receiving harm from others. How to do that? The best answer is first thing is you don't harm others. If you don't harm others, then you never get harm, you never receive harm from others. Okay, that's one thing. So evolution starts. First, from your side, don't harm others. Then as a result, others don't harm you. From life to life, not this life, life to life, 100,000, million, billion, zillion, all that. You see? That others won't harm you. That's the best answer. That's the practice. To not receive harm from others, any harm, whatever. Then first, from your side, to not harm. So, if you want to receive benefit, if you want to receive benefit from others, help from others, whatever, anything. Oh, how to do that? First, from your side, you help others. You help others. Oh, even you don't have much capacity now, you haven't developed realizations, so can't do much. So even whatever you can, whatever capacity you have, whatever help you can do to others. Even insects fall down in the water, they're suffering, moving on the water, or take it out, save that from the danger, put outside to a safe place. Or animals, small or big, eaten by, attacked by other animal, you try to help. Or same thing. Every animal, I'm saying, besides human being. So anyway, to benefit others. So as a result of that, if you help one person, one insect, or karma of that, result of that, you experience 100 lifetime, or 500 lifetime, or 1,000 lifetime. Even just one time you help somebody, a person or insect, whatever, any six different beings, any of them, you help one time, or result happiness you experience 500 lifetimes, 1,000 lifetimes, depend how your benefit is great, depend that. Oh, so if you kill one insect, it is said normally, then you get killed 500 lifetimes. So depending on how you killed, can be also 1,000. So if you cheat one sentient being, if you cheat one time, then you, as a result of that, you will be cheated 1,000 lifetimes. Oh, it is in the commentary of the 400 stanza written by great Indian Pandit in the Aryadava from Nalanda. That commentary by Lama Tsongkhapa, disciple, so anyway, like that. So please understand that karma is not only definite to experience the result. If it's virtue, happiness. If it's non-virtue, suffering. Definite. Then the second outline, karma is expandable. So you give one harm to somebody, insect or people, and then you experience 500 lifetime or 1,000 lifetimes, so much you receive harm from that. You get killed by others. Oh, so many lifetimes. Oh, karma is expandable. So. Then you give one harm to insect or human being, then you get happiness, help. You receive help from others, get happiness, 100 lifetimes, 500, 1,000 lifetimes. So from one action, one good action, helping somebody, person or insect. That. So please understand this. So then we, even small thing, we practice as much as possible, help others. Even small harm, try to abandon as much as possible. That. Then the next two outlines, so any karma is not done, that you didn't create, then the result, suffering or happiness, never you experience. Then if you create the karma, even it takes a zillion, trillion, how many eons, doesn't get lost. Definitely you experience, even that small negative karma, you experience the result suffering. Or small good karma, result the happiness you experience, even after zillion, trillion eons. Oh, how many years ago? So that, these are really, if you're looking for happiness, you don't want to suffer, and then this is what should be done. And then to not harm other sentient beings, to bring happiness to numberless things. This is what one must know this. And so how to have success, happiness in the life, even spiritual achieving enlightenment, everything. Or then see, first you cause happiness to others. Then the result, then you will be happy for some lifetimes. So success happens. In this life, so much. If you practice like this every day, then you are in this life so much easy. Depending on whatever you like, it happens. What you thought yesterday happens today. Even same day it happens. So all of this. I think that's all. So there's one question. Or if there's no one question, there's a half question. More than 30.
Hello.
Yeah. Huh? What? A pineapple, yes. Yeah. You gave me a pineapple.
Yes. You put overhead, you said Carmen Miranda. That was a long time ago.
You gave me a pineapple and I gave you initiation.
Initiation always good.
But maybe this time you give me orange and then I give you initiation. You give me raisin, then I give you 2 days initiation. If you received high tantra initiation or not. If you have received highest tantra or not.
Well, less initiation Kala chakra.
Okay.
It's yoga.
So yes. We have received, I think, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
maybe 300 initiation, maybe less than 300 initiation, probably. But however, if you receive the high standard initiation, then I think cannot be explained this meditation in the public. The secret. You need to receive great high standard initiation to hear this. It's about Guru entering the heart. Guru entering the heart, and the Guru is the main thing. No matter million, zillion, trillion deities, but Guru is the main one. So Guru entering the heart, and then you see holding pride, divine pride on that. Then divine pride. Then all the Buddhas. That this is all the Buddhas, holy body, holy spiritual mind. So that is then there you concentrate on that, then becomes a meditation to all the deities. It becomes very important meditation, all the deities. Even numberless. You understand? This can't explain more details because you need high standard. Well, people to listen need high standard initiation. So that then the control. But I think if you visualize yourself, when you think of yourself Buddha, very important to not forget. Most important is Guru, yourself Guru. Then yourself Guru, then the aspect Buddha. So the Guru meditation, your meditation, from your side, you have to realize Guru and Buddha not two separate beings, not two opposite beings. You have to realize one. You have to realize that's the most important realization that brings success, attain all the renunciation, Buddhism, the emptiness, and then tongue three realizations, generation completion of enlightenment. So so you need that. So so when you do the without missing thinking Guru, when you do that, also I think that when you do that, it relates to all the deities. So the other thing is how many deities you are going to visualize, practice. But the Guru is the most important thing to not miss. That there is no Guru. Before the Guru, there is no Buddha. What's called? There is no name of the Buddha before the Guru. There is no name even Buddha before the Guru. Also like that. So there goes yeah. So that. But also other thing is that the other thing is that you can recite the mantra of each. You can recite the mantra of each deity. That's also like that. It depends also depends on commitment. But some deities initiation do not have commitment. Some deities Lama give commitment. It depends on the Lama. Also, some initiations commitment, some initiations doesn't commitment recitement. So, some which has commitment, they should try to recite. The Lama give commitment. So I think then you see your own deity with whom you have most karmic contact, deity which you feel strong, or which you feel very close, or that, you see, if you have received initiation of that, then you can practice that as a main deity. So when you achieve the enlightenment of the deity, you achieve enlightenment of all the deity. One, you see, that time, you achieve enlightenment of numberless deities. So because they're one in the essence. They're one, there's a manifestation of the Guru. So, from our heart, from our mind, we should realize that. That's what we think. Any deity that you feel very close or strong, that you can practice. They can be true deities also, but you can receive initiation, and then you can do retreat of this deity which you feel strong at different times. Okay? Yeah. That's all?
Hello. Lama's over here.
Yeah.
This side.
Okay.
What is your advice to contemplate on pervasive suffering?
Yeah. So, yeah. The aggregates as often His Holiness, often His Holiness says that the aggregates is under the control of delusion karma. So that's why the whole this aggregates is in nature of suffering, perverted by suffering, because they're under the control of delusion karma. So to be free from this suffering, pervasive compound suffering, then you have to be free from delusion karma. And for that you need to exercise path. Other minor paths from beginning stage, all the gradual path, all the Lisbeka path, Hinayana path. So you actualize three high channels: heart and morality, concentration, wisdom, or the realizing emptiness, analyzing the emptiness, analyzing emptiness, the meditation, on the basis of achieved samatha, samatha, mental quietness, then able to bring rapturous ecstasy of the body and mind. Through that, then you achieve the rising path. When you achieve rising path, then you have ultimate wisdom directly perceive emptiness, then there ceases the seed of delusion karma. Then through that, you can be totally free from delusion karma. Then you can be free, totally free from oceans of suffering samsara. So, like that, it's in nirvana. So in the Mayan part of also, then not only that, but you see, you use the wisdom to see the even subtle obscuration possessed by bodhicitta method. So then, with incredible, unbelievable amount of merit, then your wisdom can directly see the subtle obscuration, then achieve enlightenment. So, so perversive means this. The other meaning perversive is also this aggregates content. These aggregates content the seed of delusion and karma. So by that also this aggregate is into the perverted by suffering. So true meanings perverted by suffering. So like that. So the perverted. So this aggregates compound delusion to rise, and compound suffering to rise. So also it compound future life suffering, rebirth, and future life suffering also compound. Not only this life suffering, so like that. So compound is like that. Perversive, then you can think more extensive ways. This 6 realms, or the desire realm, form realm, formless realm, all are under the control of delusion karma, so perverted by suffering. All are perverted suffering, not free. Also contaminated the seed of disturbing thoughts and the karma as well. So so all three samsara, divided in 3, desire and form, all are under the control of delusion karma, so all are perverted by suffering. That nature of suffering. So desire realm, the animals, the predators, the human beings, us, desire realm, having desired the 5 sense objects. So we have a suffering of pain, such as suffering of birth, or suffering old age, suffering sickness, suffering death, so forth, suffering pain. Then the form realm, you see, don't have suffering pain, have suffering of change, suffering of change. the happiness, inner happiness, derived through meditation, shamatha, the four firm contemplation, samdenshi. So through that, by achieving that, they have inner happiness. So their suffering will change. They have. So now the fourth one, four firm contemplation, formalism, that, and then formlessism, which is an infinite sky, consciousness, nothingness, jiva samsara. So that is cultural. Do not have suffering of pain, suffering of change, but have pervasive compound suffering, not free at all from the delusion and karma, the control, not free at all. So, so they're prevented by suffering. Okay. So that dividing three realms like that. So the other thing is that we have a we have a for example, we have a, if we have a leprosy disease or even other times without leprosy disease, so we have by scratching we have pleasure, we experience pleasure. Then by over scratching, then pain. Then the indifferent feeling, no pleasure, no pain. So when we leprosy disease or whatever, when you scratch, pleasure at the beginning. Then if you over scratch, pain. The first one is the suffering of change. The second one is the suffering of pain. Then when you don't scratch, then indifferent feeling, and that is the pervasive suffering. Indifferent feeling, that's pervasive suffering, because this aggregate which experience indifferent feeling is under the control of delusion karma. So therefore that experience, which is not pain and pleasure, is indifferent, that's pervasive suffering. Okay? That's the idea. Huh? Yeah. Okay. So maybe yeah. Okay. Just therefore, to not be reborn or realms forever, so I didn't bring the long Nanjalma mantra, I forgot. But the Maitreya Buddha, so to hear, you never get reborn or realms. So I recite this. Then those who want to take oral transmission of the mantra, those who want to take can take. So their choice like that. First Buddhas. Lama Tomba Tumdende, the Jin Shavanda, Jumbayan, Tabasove, Sanje, Panjava, Suyato, Halacha, Tayata, Mamoni, Moni, Mahamuni, so. Jamaga Gudaka, Jilo, Dredging, and Dredging, Umane Bema, Umane Bema, Umane Bema, Umane Bema, Umane Bema. No. Jogola Centro then medicine put the mantra also by hearing, you don't get it below Tayata, Beganze, Ma, Beganze, the Samanga, the Sova, Tayato Uma Bekanze Ma Bekanze Ma Bekanze Dasamanga de Soa Tayato Bekanze Ma Bekanze Dasamanga de Soa Nama Mitsi Padasvanta Namo Ranataya Nama Bhagavate Shajamuniya Tayada Adakadaya Radhe Sanya Sambudaya Tada Oma Anjadaya Avadanjadaya Tadandaya Harara Medya Avalukade Gara Samaya Shidebara Parama Bodhe Mendabe Zamara Mara Emakama Samaya Bodhe Bodhe Ma Bodhe Soa Oma Moye Moye Ma Moye Soa Oma Nema Nema Raso Did all the past, present, future, made it cluttered by sentence, cluttered by Buddhas, made the bodhicitta source of all the happiness, success, including enlightenment for oneself, for all sentient may be generated in the heart of secret sentient being the heart, and especially in the heart of everybody in this world, especially in Brazil, and everybody in even the animals and other beings in Brazil. In everyone's heart, then your family, including yourself, the family who dead or living, without a second to happen that. Chanjo Sanjo Rimbo Jama Jawana Jiji Jeba Nyemba Meba Kone Gondo Bebara Sho Tanya Tawa Rimbo Majeba Nanti Jiji Jeba Nyemba Meba Kone Gondo Bebara Sho Nakare Rabe Gore Singa Dependant Malu Juve de Teresa Watende Katu Yesa Besida Dangerous did all the past, present, future, marriage, collective, and three marriage, collective, that which are made labeled by the mind. May the eye was the middle labeled by the mind. Achieve the full enlightenment, which is middle labeled by the mind. And lead all the sentient beings who are middle labeled by the mind. To that full enlightenment, which is merely labeled by the mind. By myself alone, who is also merely labeled by mind. So, thank you very much. Gracias. I hope there's some useful. I'm not sure. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Sobe por lá. Entra na porta. Entra na